This month, hear from a Moanalua student who has traveled over 15,000 miles to come to school.
See how a food truck has grown to become a staple in Hawaii's food industry.
And take a look at how one engineering student is building her dreams to inspire others.
That's next on Now Loading News.
From the campus of Moanalua High School,
we strive to inform our community
and give voices to stories untold.
The loading starts.
The loading starts.
The loading starts
now.
Aloha and welcome to Now Loading News. I'm Ryan Oshiro.
And I'm Alicia McDevitt. You know Ryan, Moanalua is known for its large population of geographical exception students, or students who are not attending their home school.
One of our reporters, Renelle Panarigan, tells us more about a student that has traveled a long distance to be here.
Bobakar Dabo is a student here in Moanalua who has traveled all the way from Mali, Africa in order to complete an exchange program here. He not only wants to better his education, but also share his culture with the people here.
Bobakar
Dabo is part of an exchange program called YES, Youth Exchange and Study. Through the program, he's given opportunities others can only dream about.
So there are some selected schools that send some students every year to the test, and if you got selected, then the reward is to have one school year in the US here. The host family here chose me over large choices of students they wanted to host.
Read over his profile, he seemed like he'd be a good fit for our family, some of the same interests.
I really like it, you know, because I'm the only one right now in the house. So it's nice to have like some other people here, you know.
Being over 9,000 miles away and 10 hours apart from Mali, it's difficult for him to keep in touch with his family back home.
I only call them like once a week. So at the beginning, they really trusted me in this experience. I showed them that I can be a really good student, a really good person in the family. So knowing that my people are still supporting me gives me some more courage.
Separation isn't the only thing that comes along with this program. Bobakar now has to adjust to a different lifestyle here in the US.
One of the big differences is the use of technology, because in our classrooms, it's like we don't have the big projectors and things. High school, you have to learn all the lessons by heart, and then if you do wrong, the teacher can use the stick, so they can beat you as much as they want. So actually, they're really strict.
Oh, the clothing style really different. Like we wear some clothes called bazin and also some wax clothes. But here you can see you got the coats, shirts, shorts, and things. So it's kind of different.
Despite the differences, he plans to share a little bit of Africa to his friends and family.
I've learned a lot about that, how they're more of maybe a group society with their families where they may lodge together or house together in larger units, and then versus here in America where most people live, you know, once they get married, they separate from their larger family.
I'm learning a new culture, and I can also show to people that Africa is not what they can see on TV.
For Bobakar, his goals for now are to make his family and country proud by doing well during his only school year here and to make the boys' soccer team. Renelle Panarigan, Now Loading News.
There are many people like Bobakar that want to share what they know with the world.
That's right, and reporter Adara Pineda found another one of them. Adara?
Working out isn't just good for your body, but also for your mind. My team and I were able to find someone using fitness as a way to build herself and others towards success.
We have those great people in society, and they're making a difference, they're contributing to the world. They're gonna leave their mark, and then they're gonna like leave the world for the rest of us, right? Who are the up and coming? Who are the up and coming? It's me and you.
Zella Taino is often seen hitting the books, constantly studying at every opportune time. As much as she has set her sights on becoming an engineer,
fitness has become my passion. wake up in the morning and you feel satisfied with yourself. You feel that much better, and I think it gives you that boost. Then I was also hoping at the same time to compete in bodybuilding competition, and go further and further into that, and then hopefully make a brand and business for myself there.
However, careers in fitness aren't as promising as Zella's outlook. Job opportunities are expected to increase only by 13% by 2022. For now, the odds of making it a sustainable profession requires more than just lifting weights.
Anything is hard as long as you think that it's hard. But if you want it to be like a life-sustaining career, you have to be smart. You have to utilize the opportunities that you have.
Her work ethic is on point. I mean, she goes to school, she's still continuing training, and then she's doing this thing totally on the side. She's one of the most passionate people that I've ever met about fitness.
This flame that she's ignited, she definitely won't keep to herself.
This is my time. This is my generation. This is our generation. If people are inspired, they recognize their potential. They're more innovative, they're more motivated, they're more driven, and like the world just goes in like a forward direction.
As Zella progresses in moving her fitness career even further, her life has gotten there as well.
So fitness builds my life by being a lifestyle. Fitness is a lifestyle. And I learned the capabilities that I can like push myself. Being involved in fitness, you learn self-discipline, motivation, and determination. Because you work really hard to gain progress. And this is something that could be applied to like whatever you do, whether it's in school or whether it's in work. Because if you have these three qualities and you work really hard for something that you want, you'll definitely see progress and you'll definitely reach your goal.
Although Zella faces uncertainty in her fitness journey, she'll use those obstacles as a workout to push herself and others around her to another level of greatness. Adara Pineda, Now Loading News.
Hawaii is known for its many food choices. Since 1993, Giovanni's Shrimp Truck has been one of the food staples in the North Shore of Hawaii. It went on to be ranked within the top 20 best food trucks in the United States. My team and I were able to discover the history behind Giovanni's that led them to success. Giovanni's Shrimp Truck has been one of North Shore's staples for as long as anyone can remember. The graffitied food truck has found its way into the hearts of locals and tourists alike.
Sometimes it's baffling because you kind of think to yourself, you know, to have a lunch wagon and be that popular, you know, it's truly like humbling when it comes down to it. And it's again, you know, it's definitely an honor that people enjoy us so much that some people truly base their vacation off of coming out just to be able to eat us.
Fans flock from across the country to be able to get a taste of the famous shrimp.
We, Richard and I, came over to the islands to celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary, and we also brought Jan's sister home, who had passed away. And while we met up today, they wanted to take us out to tour the island, and she said, "Are you hungry?" And we said, "We would like to eat." Yeah. She said the best place to go for shrimp is Giovanni's.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the secret recipe could not be revealed for this mouth-watering masterpiece, but we discovered what might be the reason why people are tail over shrimp for Giovanni's.
Well, I've gone to almost every restaurant on this island, but I like Giovanni's.
Don't really know, other than the sauce is really the only thing I can really think that would make it that good.
I like the shrimp and garlic and butter.
Starting out with only a few recipes and ambitious spirit, Giovanni's Shrimp Truck became much bigger than anyone had expected.
It was 1993, and my brother happened to be up there one day getting food, and he overheard that he wanted to sell and go back to the mainland. And my brother wanted to stay over here because he was stationed or just getting out of the Army at the time, and decided that that sounds good and purchased it in '97. It was actually kind of slow. We started out with, I believe, a tent, and I believe they only had like 4 tables underneath the tent when he first took it over. And then just gradually kind of got bigger and bigger, and then we started doing TV shows. Being out here, it's so far away from the mainland, and then to be recognized on the mainland because of it, it truly is an honor to have that going for us.
As the truck continues to serve the customers willing to take the drive out to Haleiwa and Kahuku, the owners are looking forward to the next step for the shrimp truck journey.
Start looking into other locations though, yes. Because not everybody in Waikiki makes it up to North Shore all the time. Yeah. You know, so, you know, it'd be nice for them basically more than anything.
Whether you're local or just taking a vacation here on Oahu, be sure to check out the award-winning shrimp over at Giovanni's Shrimp Truck. Alicia McDevitt, Now Loading News. When faced with tragedy, people can react different ways. We go to reporter Hannah Maestro to hear one student's story.
Tyler Trim is a sophomore at Moanalua who likes playing baseball, going to school, and hanging out with his friends. But after losing his father, Tyler's life completely changed.
For Moanalua High School sophomore Tyler Trim, baseball has always been a part of his normal routine.
Baseball means a lot to me. It's something that I do every day. Baseball really has shaped my life. Without baseball, I'm not sure who I would be, honestly.
But Tyler's love for baseball didn't start with him. It was something his dad inspired him to do.
My dad would watch baseball all the time, and that kind of caught my eye when I was walking in the living room, and eventually I asked him if I could play baseball.
His dad, he was really helpful, and he would always try to find a way to help us or help the team in any sort of way he could.
He would always come to my games. That's something we both had in common, that we both loved baseball.
However, just a little over a year ago, Tyler lost his only inspiration and personal coach, his father.
I was with him at the hospital and helping with my mom. I had to be the one that was there for her, so I had to take a break from baseball for a while.
After his dad passed away, it was kind of hard for Tyler to work hard again because, you know, he couldn't find that motivation to work hard again.
Felt like, I don't know, it's just a big part of me that was missing. The motivation that pushed me to do better.
But with the help of his family and friends, Tyler kept the memory of his father going through baseball.
Immediately after we all found out, we texted him, letting him know that we'll be with him and we'll try and help him if he ever wanted some advice or anything.
I think he had to grow up in order to motivate himself to work hard in baseball. I think now he's playing harder because he has someone to play for.
I know at least one way in this world I can make him proud by continuing with baseball. It's something he always wanted me to do. It continues to watch over me. It's the motivation. It's trying to make my dad proud. Like, it's something he wanted me to do, and it's something that made him proud. So that's why I keep coming back.
Instead of giving up, Tyler looked past his life challenges, allowing him to grow not only as a player, but as a person as well. Hannah Maestro, Now Loading News.
Paul Nozaki is a yo-yo champion who shows us that a little determination can go a long way. My team and I were able to talk to Paul about his journey.
Paul Nozaki, a sophomore at Moana High School, has had an interesting passion since he was 5 years old.
He immediately started pulling out his yo-yo and started doing crazy fancy tricks, stuff that I had dreamed of being able to do when I was a little kid. So I was very impressed with his yo-yo skills.
I only won one. That was the saddest one because the guy did a really impressive trick, and this is when I was only a beginner.
A Hawaii State champion has many accomplishments when it comes to yo-yo, but he faces a problem that has become the most challenging in his life.
When I was in middle school, before yo-yo, people used to call me weird because before I never know how to socialize that well, so I'll ask you questions like, "Hi, my name is Paul, how's your day?" And they'd be like, "That's kind of formal and weird." Some people would tease me, "Oh, look how fat you are." And I'd be like, "I don't care if I'm fat. That's just how I'm made." Then I found yo-yos, and then I started being myself, and then I believed that I can be a better person.
Instead of letting people put him down, his passion for yo-yo allowed him to grow into a stronger individual.
I can tell it's definitely something that helps him cope with stress because he'll come in and he'll be like very stressed out. "Oh, Mr. Achu," I'm like, you know, "Oh, I had such a rough day," and he immediately starts pulling out the yo-yo. So I'm like, okay, well, it's a coping mechanism. That's good. Plus, it also helps him, I can tell it helps him relax.
He is more interactive and like happy, always interested in learning more.
He bought a lot, and he keeps like talking about how he like yo-yos every day and stuff, and like how it's a stress reliever and stuff for him.
Although criticized about playing yo-yo, Paul has turned his head and continued to do what he loves.
I just accept the fact that there's some people who hate you, some people who love you and all that or like you. They say that it's for little kids, but I say that yo-yo is something more like for everybody, like no matter what your age is.
After being bullied, he realized that he doesn't need to change who he is to have real friends.
One day I was just playing yo-yos. They came up to me and said, "Do you remember who I am?" I said, "Yeah." And then they said, "Oh, I'm sorry for what happened years ago." I said, "Okay." They said, "Can we be friends?" I said, "Okay." So some of them apologized, some of them just ignored me, but I don't know. I just want to be friends with everybody.
Paul is willing to forgive those that have bullied him to show that he has overcome these difficulties and how yo-yo has spun him into happiness. Rana Shiro, Now Loading News.
This has been another episode of Now Loading News.
To keep up with our latest projects and see past stories, be sure to check out our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Now Loading News.
I'm Alicia McDevitt.
And I'm Rana Shiro.
The loading is now complete.